Welcome back to Bleach. This is episode 10, the battle. Last time we got the revelation about Unohana, Ichigo and Renji. Went to the next palace, got some food, talked about the guilt, kind of survivor's guilt kind of stuff. And then they're heading off to the next palace, which is the Zanbakuto one, and probably gonna get some new swords and shit. So let's see. I really hope it's just Kenpachi versus Kenpachi this episode. Let's see what happens. Did you? Shit. Oh, shit. Flashback? Oh, nice. Several hundred years ago. Oh my god. Oh, that's Saraki. Oh. Blackout. Yeah. You're stronger. Oh. Oh my god. Yes, it is. Oh shit. The blood. The blood war. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh my god. I was gonna say, I kind of don't like that they not that they nerfed Unohana, but like, she was a bad bitch until she wasn't, you know? It's the way there's no like background music. Okay, as soon as I say that. Renji? Okay. Not gonna say it. It's a neat little compromise, you know. I think they did what they needed to with the Kenpachis, but I'll talk more with you. What is happening? Blade God. What is he saying? Well, 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 well. Ooh. I mean, ooh. I mean, I feel like Ichigo loves his Bankai, or his, Zanpakuto. Oh, I don't like that their eyes are mouths. At least take her body, come on. That's it. Oh my god. For real. I was hoping it wasn't the case. Oh, there's a lot of... Wait. What the fuck? There's so much episode left. 71 hours? What? Sorry. I don't know why this shit's not leaving. Everything's going wrong. The end? Is that allowed? Right, what the fuck? To your roots. Back to your roots! Revert your roots. That's what the teasers were for. So he needs to learn about... he needs to talk to Dad. Everything but the rain. I was gonna say, it sounded like Unohana, but maybe that's Masaki. I enjoyed the episode as always. I think my hype, or like my expectations, were too great. I was expecting it to be like fucking Yamamoto Bankai moment. I was expecting it to be a bigger moment than it was, I guess. But I mean, the manga itself didn't really... I think even in the manga, the reveal was bigger than the actual fight, so it makes sense that last episode I liked better because the moment was better in the manga, anyways. But I just wish we had gotten more concreteness about what her Bankai did. It was very monologue-y, I think. It wasn't about the battle, which I can see the artistic and artistry rather in doing that, but I do kind of wish there was a visual flair to the fight as well. It was a lot of exposition about how Kenpachi, Zaraki that is, he put these mental limits on himself. He's really super strong, but the strongest person he'd fought was Unohana, and so because of that, and he was winning, he's like, well, subconsciously, I'm gonna nerf myself basically so that I won't beat her, and that like there's a goal to go for, but in reality he was always stronger than her. I don't really like that either because because of the reveal that she is the first Kenpachi and all this shit, and she's a super badass fighter, and then it turns out she's kind of I don't want to say being fridged, because she wasn't necessarily fridged in the classic sense, but she was a plot device for the male character. And in the end of it, that's what it was. I wish there was a different reasoning for what happened, basically. But she's pretty much like, nope, I'm strong, but he's stronger. He's the best. I don't know. I wish there was a little bit of a different explanation for what was going on there. Because it really does feel like she, I'm a bad bitch, but not for you. And it kind of just lessens the hype and the reveal of the last episode, because it's like, we're led to believe, okay, it's gonna be some badass fight, even though everyone knows she's gonna lose, because Kenpachi Zaraki is like more of a mainstay character, part of the supporting cast, whereas Unohana kind of shows up every once in a blue moon. But still, like, I wish there was more of a reason, or even an explanation of, like, I don't know, I just wish there was more of an explanation of the fight. Like, maybe that would have lessened the blow of all this stuff that I'm talking about, because Zaraki's always like, oh, I blacked out again, I'm blacking out, but we never got the confirmation. I don't know, I didn't read the confirmation, but I know what the reasoning is that Unohana's really killing him every time. But because Zaraki, even at the end, he's like, oh, this was a mental battle in my head or something. It was never outright stated, no, you're dying, I'm bringing you back, that's the power of my Bankai, or something like that. But instead it was just, it was so focused on Zaraki, I feel like, versus like letting Unohana have her moment to shine. So that's just why I was kind of like about it. The stuff with Uetsu, that's a fucking super long after credits scene. But I like his character. I like his little song about the number. Interesting that it was kind of off-screen training. I guess we do. They're trying to wrap up quickly these last 2 episodes, which I really hope they don't flub the ending of this core. I hope they take their time where they need to and not try to rush to a point where it's like, okay, we can cliffhang on this or something. But yeah, it was like, it felt kind of like very rushed. It was just like, okay, here's what you got to do. You got to stay in the pit. These soulless swords or whatever, you got to fight them, and then through that battle, you'll give your soul to them. And then it flashed forward, like, okay, it's been 3 days. Renji, you're good. Ichigo, you're not. I wish we'd have seen like a little bit of like what happened during the actual training. I am excited to see this next part, everything but the rain. I have a very strong inclination that this is going to be finally some info about Masaki, Ichigo's mom, even Ichigo's dad. He had a lot of explaining to do as well. Obviously, I mean, he's the one who's got to explain it, but like, even just personally about Ichigo's dad, we have a lot of information to get about him. I think the go-to right now that I do hope we get a little bit of, at least, is the Quincy stuff. He was talking about revert your root. He didn't say revert your roots. Sorry, he was saying go back to your roots, and you got to learn about what you can, and then if you can come back, then you'll be ready. But I think there's also part of it in the fact that Ichigo's dad's Zanpakuto is Engetsu, and Ichigo's is Zangetsu. Like, there's a similar naming convention there. They both can do Getsuga Tensho. Ichigo's dad knew about the final Getsuga, so like, there's obviously some sort of hereditariness to his Zanpakuto as well, and I think maybe that's also some of the information that Ichigo needs to learn, is that there is some sort of specialness about that lineage too, even besides the Quincy stuff. Like, I think there is a little bit of the Soul Reaper stuff that we need to delve into as well. Thank you for watching. Leave thoughts down in the comments below. What do you guys think about the Unohana versus Zaraki fight? It just felt like disrespectful. That's the best way I can put it. But I am excited to see where we go with Zaraki's character. Obviously they held off on, fully developing. They teased that his Zanpakuto was speaking to him and stuff. But I'm ready to see that fully realized. All the stuff aside about Unohana and the way they handled her character here at the end, I am very excited to see where Zaraki does go from here, because I know where he goes. But yeah, I just wish he would have gotten a better send off. And then also with Zaraki, we got little baby Yachiru. Old the OG Yachiru just died, but we still have little baby Yachiru. I've seen a form of her in the mobile games. I played it for like a week, but I've seen like they have alternate forms and stuff. So I saw an alternate form of her character Yachiru. So I'm curious to see if that's canon or not, because it seemed I don't remember it from the manga, but it's so well realized in the game that I'm like, is this canon? Because they kind of do that sometimes. But anyways, so yeah, I'm just interested to see about her, because we're getting the spoiler stuff, but like, I feel like I remember something about her character, and I don't know if it was a fever dream or not, because it sounds so insane and I don't understand it. I think I have an idea though. Yeah, I want it to go into that, because oh wait, no, that's what it was. Right. Okay, I remember now. I remember what happens with Zaraki and everyone else. Okay. Yeah, I'm very excited now for what happens with Zaraki. Also excited with Ichigo's little backstory storyline. I'm gonna stop talking. Thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next one.